Mic check.
Check.
Y'all can hear yourself, right?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from? Talking about Big Gooch. But did he say something just now about that?
Nah. I called him Big Hooch because that boy be having his thighs out. I mean, hoochie daddy and shit. So.
Oh, that's all right.
And then I said Big Gooch.
Yo, you know what's funny about you seen that scene in Creed?
Which
You remember
one?
Creed 1 when he was like, he took the picture with the bull, Donald Trump, and he was like, I think that's his name, Donald Trump. And he was like, yeah, good looking, baby Creed.
Oh, yeah.
That joint had me dying. He like, yeah, don't call me
He said
that.
this- Yeah. I just watched that joint with my young boy, with Aiden.
That's the first time you seen it?
Nah, I've seen them all.
All right.
I'm a fan.
All right. So you seen part 3?
Yeah.
You like
Went
it?
to the movies to go see it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the bull just got arrested.
Who?
Jonathan Majors. I keep saying Majors.
What did he get arrested for?
Domestic.
Cut it out.
Now you know he all being celebrated for a great looking body and
He's just being celebrated for being a great actor. He is.
yeah, but I mean he in shape. So I think every time they say they put domestic on it, everybody think like, bull probably really.
Out there beating bitches.
She's just beating them. Just knocking them out. Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds crazy to me. Like I think anytime somebody got a positive image, the only way to take them down is either through domestic violence.
Racism.
Not really racism. I think pedophilia.
Yeah.
Pedophilia, racism, or homosexual, like gay bashing. Like if they come out and they speak against.
But
He
he being called gay right now.
he not being called gay.
No, it's somebody's image. A lot of dudes said a lot of dudes is upset because he did that picture where he was like,
With the pink on? I thought
Yeah.
he looked fly as shit.
They called him gay for wearing pink.
Well, he was
he had
pink and
the
fluffy.
the loofah, whatever that joint called.
It was just like feathers or some shit. Like, but I thought it looked fly. Like I would love to take pictures.
It's like it's like Camp Low.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I fuck with Camp Low when they first came out. That was my group.
He was calling them gay too.
I never called him gay.
I'm saying I heard it back in the
I was about
day.
to go to the thrift store and cop their whole lay.
That's crazy.
And pursue a gay blade like he stole something, bruh.
He did say that.
I'm like, pursue a
He
gay blade?
Yo,
That's crazy.
When you just said that, I had to actually go back and say it in my head. Like,
You
made
used to
that
be
shit up.
reciting in the shower like, and pursue the gay blade.
Yeah, my Sonny Chiba voice. That was my group, dog. Like, don't hate on him. Nah, but for real, like I thought that whole the thing. I think it was Vanity Fair. Was it Vanity Fair? The magazine.
I
that he
think
was
so.
on? But I thought that whole thing was dope. Like the way that he looked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought it was artistic. You know what I mean? Like nobody. It's kind of sort of like the Busta Rhymes videos. Like nobody's really going to go outside wearing that shit on a regular day to day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nobody's going to.
That's what fashion is nowadays, though.
Well, I mean, that's what fashion has always been. Like nobody's really going to like we was talking about when I was here, the Isley Brothers and the shit that they had on, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't really dress like that in the club. That shit is for performances, for photo shoots, for the stage,
Yeah.
and then they look like regular motherfuckers, or they dress that shit down for whatever. So if he's taking pictures with that stuff on, you act like he's walking around like y'all caught this dude out there shopping at Target with that lay on. Like people be drawing.
Well, I mean, most times if you're taking magazine photos, you don't even select your.
They do it for you.
Yeah, be
They
like
just tell you what to wear and be like, pose.
Yeah, like pose wearing this is what we going for. If you're agreeing to being a spread,
Yeah.
whatever that's called.
Well, I think the thing that they was talking about was that they trying to demasculinize, is that the word? Black men. Like they trying to make black men more like women. That's why they give them, like they've been saying this shit for years. That's why,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they put Martin Lawrence in the dress for what was it called? Big
Did they
Mama's
put him
House.
in the dress, or did he get in it?
Hey man, I don't know if he wrote the movie or whether he was like, yeah, sign me the fuck up for this shit.
No, people like Martin. Yeah, I love Martin. Let me put that out there.
Yeah.
I want Martin coming for me. Or Eddie, 'cause I love Eddie. Eddie is like the only celebrity that I want to actually meet.
The only one.
Yeah, he like the only celebrity that I care about meeting in person. So Martin and Eddie is close together. But the thing about, and it's crazy, Eddie do it too. The thing about Martin is that,
But Eddie do everything. You know what I'm saying?
but he did Shanae.
Who?
Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but he was
but it was a part of the show, yeah.
he was in character. He was in characters like doing different characters. He came out with Shanae. It wasn't like Shanae was the first one he did.
Yeah,
and that's what pisses me off because
I think I would think that's a part of like his versatility as a performer. If anything, it wouldn't make him gay.
Yeah, he's always been Martin has always been like, even on a Def Comedy Jam joint, like he's always been like a what's it called, a physical actor, or like a like what's the comedians who get into it with the body and the enthusiasm. I can't think of what the term for it is, but he's always been like that.
Yeah,
like you have Dave Chappelle, he don't do a whole lot of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he's more so with his words.
Right, and you know what I mean? Like of course Eddie was on Saturday Night Live, so you can take a lot of that from that, or whatever the case may be. But if you look at his stand-ups, like he did characters, but he didn't get into the animated part of it, you know, the physical comedy part of it, right?
Yeah.
So, but Martin's always been doing that. Like he's always done that. So when he started doing it from a different perspective, of Big Mama's House, like people started getting into it, but nobody juxtaposed him to Robin Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody was like, oh,
Miss Doubtfire?
Yeah, nobody was like, oh, Miss Doubtfire. Well, do you know what I mean? Like, well, white people do it to like anything like that. It's just like, all right, they look at this shit in a very, very, very magnified lens, and they put that lens over it and ignore everything on the outside.
I think it's all gay to me. No, very, very questionable activity going on with these guys. Like, because it's, the check, yeah, you give me a check, then I'll do something questionable, I guess. So they getting millions of dollars to dress up like a woman.
I don't think they got millions of dollars to dress up like a woman. I think they got millions of dollars to do a movie.
Yeah. And
the movie is Miss Doubtfire. So they're like, yo, 70%, maybe 80% of the movie, you're going to be dressed like an old woman. You're going to have to act like her. You might have a scene where you got to like butter a guy up or something like that. I don't think he did it in Miss Doubtfire. But a lot of these roles, like with these guys, they got to like rub on a man and...
I don't know. I don't see. So if I look at one movie versus another movie, if I take Martin in Big Mama's House versus Mrs. Doubtfire, I'm gonna look at those two things like, this is the purpose of it, is to realize that he is a man playing a woman, and he's not fooling the audience. He's fooling the cast, or he's fooling the people in the movie. He's in character, So like, but the difference would be Tyler Perry playing Medea. Like he's not in character playing, like trying to fool everybody else. He's literally playing a woman. So
yeah, but all those guys supposed to be convincing of playing a woman. Like Medea.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't nobody. The funny part about it was none of that shit was convincing. Like when Martin would accidentally pop out of character, being Big Mama, that was the funny shit. Because like he's not really, like, you're doing a shitty job. That's the part of the funny shit.
Like his voice would get real deep.
Right. Like you're doing a shitty job at being a woman. Same thing with Miss Doubtfire. Like he was doing a shitty, oh Lou. Like that shit was like, you were doing a shitty job at being a woman. Now, Tyler Perry being Medea, a little convincing. Right. So if somebody was like, oh man, I told you he was gay, I'd be like, listen, man, I don't know.
No,
but you talking about them other guys, I'd be like, nah, ain't no way.
I mean, nobody knows. This is one of my favorite movies.
Which one?
I think it's just all art.
Honestly. Yeah, no, it's definitely art. But I think people overlook the Tu Wong Fu. You like that movie?
I watched that movie a few times. What I like about that movie is that when I think about that movie, I think about my mom, because
she liked it.
She loved it. I watched that movie with her like 2 or 3 times. So that's what I like about the movie. Did I enjoy the movie? No.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
No, I did not. All of
you seen it?
John Leguizamo was the only one that I would be like, all right, I got it. But the other two, they were strong as shit. Like,
but they supposed to have been transsexuals.
No, they were supposed to be cross-dressers.
Yeah, cross-dressers. Yeah, drag queens.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a difference.
Don't get us fucked up.
It's a difference.
It's a big difference. Don't get us fucked up, bro.
Is it?
You don't think it's a difference?
Oh man,
kids got kidnapped.
Nah, ain't no drinking from the faucet no more.
Nah, it's a
They said drink from the bottle. They said drink from the bottle.
What are they
That's
doing?
what it says.
What are they doing?
Public safety alert.
I don't know.
Hey,
somebody spilled some shit in the water.
Flint,
they tripping.
Flint, Pennsylvania.
Michigan. They got us on that Ohio shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
But how is it happening everywhere?
That shit probably bled into the water fucking reserves in Pennsylvania and trickled its way down. But
So we can't brush our teeth.
no, I'm brushing my teeth.
Bottled
Say
water.
don't drink it.
Your teeth gonna be green.
Glow in the dark teeth.
They do this shit all the time. They just try and increase the fucking.
They do this all the time. They got these before this alert.
No, I ain't never got an alert before, but this is just.
They're on serious. Somebody pushed the button and said, "Don't drink that water."
Yeah, it says until further notice.
It said Delaware River, like
City of Philadelphia.
out of caution due to a spill in the Delaware River.
From 2 p.m. So we could drink. We got another 45 minutes.
We got 45 minutes.
Yeah, to drink
45
that water.
minutes to drink the water.
Yeah, we
Let's
got.
run to the faucet and get a glass.
Yeah, we got fucking.
Get some reserves.
You ain't got no gallons that we could fill up with until 2:00. This shit's stupid.
Fucking Delaware.
Yeah,
Make it spill. Why they keep spilling? What's up with these guys?
they trying to get us out of here.
Yeah, they try and do population control.
Nah, they trying to scare the shit out of us. This is really what it is. But anyway,
All right, we back to
cross dressers. That's what you was talking about. He was asking.
No, I was talking about the
difference.
movie. The movie itself. I thought it was amazing because I'm so used to seeing Nino Brown,
Yes,
and then I think her name what was it Noxzema.
I have no fucking idea.
So like,
Zima.
I think it was Noxzema.
Let me check.
Yeah, so he was Nino. He went from Nino Brown to like he did other great actors as a Wesley Snipes, but when he
Wesley
did that,
Snipes ain't never did no great acting job.
what? Wesley Snipes is like the like one of the elites. He like an underrated Denzel.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes was hard.
Noxzema. Noxzema Jackson.
Yeah, Noxzema. Like
That's crazy.
I told you, I like that movie. So like it kind of like
Oh shit. That's hilarious.
so I'm like yeah. Wesley Snipes did a great job. It made me respect like what Wesley Snipes did. I didn't feel the same way other movies did. I felt like he committed to being a cross-dresser in the movie. With the other movies, the guys was like kind of like they almost appeared almost homophobic, and they had to do it for their job. Like I'm an undercover cop, man. I hate to put on this dress, but I just got to do it. Like it's like the character itself was written like very like weird. So I'm like, I don't really think it's something about them. But then you got to think about the person who took the role. You took the role, and then the role you took, the character is almost like you. Like he's like weird about putting the dress on.
Now?
No, I'm saying that the people like Martin who took roles of characters that didn't want to put a dress on, like Martin in real life don't probably want to put a dress on.
I'm pretty sure Martin had a lot of what's it called? Executive control over the Martin show. So I'm pretty sure he has zero problem being Shanae.
Yeah, I don't think he had a problem with it. I don't think most actors have a problem with it. What? I just think they see it as art, and people just start reading into it, and like they trying to emasculate. It's all conspiracy to me.
So like, all right, so Women Empowerment Day. I know they got one of these days of the year. I'll be like, yo, this all three of us. Let's come in here dressed up like women.
For Women Empowerment Day.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of funny
for a podcast. It would be funny.
You would do it?
That would be kind. Yeah, I would do it.
Okay.
That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah.
Wear a wig. I wear one of them Afro joints.
I got wigs.
I wear a wig.
You gotta put the bra on.
Nah, wearing
the panties. You gotta really go all out.
Yeah,
like
what the panties got to do with anything?
Yeah, you gotta wear panties.
Nobody's gonna see the panties, bro.
Why you gotta wear panties? Like
you gotta feel it. You gotta
really get in the character.
Yeah, you gotta relate to the.
That's
women.
crazy.
Okay.
I'm not wearing panties.
Tuck your dick. You gotta do that too.
I mean, no, they ain't gonna see that.
What?
But women don't tuck dicks. Only cross dressers do.
Yeah, but you gotta hide it because they don't have dicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta tuck your dick. If I'm wearing panties, and they're not gonna see the panties, why we draw the line? Why we cross from wearing the panties to tucking the dick? Why's the line there?
According to them, trans women are women. That's like their slogan.
I'm gonna shut up.
That's like their slogan.
I'm gonna shut up. Trans women are men.
I'm saying that's their slogan. It's not their slogan, but that they post that.
They post that.
They do say that.
That shit. That's what they got on the back of their cars. Bumper stickers and shit.
That's
Trans
funny.
women are women. Trans women are not women, bro. Like, and I don't give a fuck. Can't cancel me now.
Yeah.
Like they not. They something else, but they not women.
All right, let's leave this.
Yeah.
A trans woman.
Trans.
That's not. I mean, that's not their slogan. It's like we are women.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I seen this just article. I didn't even do the research on it. I'm pretty sure it's true though. Well, I'm not pretty sure, but this guy, I think it's back in the 90s. This guy, he threw a boomerang, right? And the boomerang came back as expected,
Mm-hmm.
and it hit him in the head, fucking him up.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up suing himself.
What? He sued himself?
He sued himself, but it's funny that he actually won
I mean,
Against
he lost
himself?
too.
because he had insurance.
Did he pay himself?
No, they got paid.
Oh.
He got paid.
Oh, that's smart.
Where was this at? This is
I
ain't
think it was
the
in
US.
Kentucky.
It had to
You
be
can
in
look it
the
up. Yeah,
U.S.
it was in Kentucky.
Because the U.S. is the only fucking
Country where it was just like,
they were like, I mean, technically, this is just stupid.
You can well, they say you can go to court for anything.
Yeah.
So I was thinking in my head
you
like,
the plaintiff and the defendant?
yeah, like I had insurance. I got hurt, so I'm gonna sue myself. I did it, but I'm the victim. I'm the
There's no way.
He
That
sued
is
himself and won.
that shit's smart.
That is just nuts.
And got paid by the insurance company.
They had like 300,000, I think.
And they
What?
hiked his rates up.
What they got to do with cross dressers?
No, I left that area.
Oh, okay.
We're not there no more.
Nah,
I just wanted to make
hold
sure.
on.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't trying like bridge the gap in between the two.
No, I was trying to leave.
Like
that.
so cross dressers throw boomerang. Like what the fuck?
No,
nah, but if we think about it, right? Say if we did wear a wig and a dress for Women Empowerment Day.
why was
now,
you back here?
That would- no, but listen, but listen,
He want this dress.
if you listening,
Yo, he want this dress
just
bad
listen,
as shit.
just
All right.
listen. That would probably send the podcast up 500%
Nice.
if you really think about it.
Okay. When y'all gonna do it? Y'all gonna do when's Women's Empowerment Day?
I don't even know.
Is that an actual day?
I
thought he was playing.
I think it's
No,
gay.
it is. I just want to make sure I'm sick that day.
Gay to
Nah,
even
but
know
like
today.
that would send the
Did
podcast.
you say gay what?
It's gay to even know today.
It's gay
that's
to know
not
the Women's Empowerment Day.
That's not true. I love women.
Yeah,
too.
women empowerment.
I respect. That's why I say what I say. That's what I was saying. What I said because I have too much respect for women in general. Like whether it's my kids' mothers or whether it's my mother, or whether my stepmother, my sisters, whatever. Like I got way too much respect to say some dude is a woman because he decides that he wants to be one. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I got way too much respect for natural women to be like, oh no, yeah, trans women are women. Niz. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it's not me disrespecting or trying to whatever, but I draw that line for myself. And I don't give a fuck who got a problem with it. Like you are not a woman. I think
Only
there are
transsexuals.
there are trans women who agree with me. Like emphatically, they're like, no, we are not trying to say that we are them. We can never be what they are. We will never know what it feels like to be one of them. And I don't give a fuck. Unless you can edit your genes,
Yeah.
there's no way you will know what it means. Like you'll always be guessing. You'll always be wondering if that's what it feels like to be a woman. You'll always be trying to get as close as you can until they come out with some type of fucking gene editing, whereas though you can actually be a woman, where you can have a uterus, ovaries, fallopian tubes, all that other fly shit. You know what I mean?
But that don't make you a woman.
What doesn't make you a woman?
I don't think having a baby that makes you female.
Okay, so we getting into this. I'm not getting into this.
No, he brought it back.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving this.
I was trying to leave it. Yeah, but
I mean,
being a female is not being a woman. That's the whole thing. Like
but-
being a male is not being a man. I think we talked about this a little bit.
We did, but I'm gonna go with the I disagree with you side because I'm gonna say define woman, and then
You can't define it.
that's my thing.
That's why they in the court.
It's
That's
not
why they in the
it's,
streets.
it's not that you can't define it. Is that the definition was what it was, and now they're trying to rewrite
they're
it.
trying to change it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can define it because it's already have a definition. Like the word woman has always been in the dictionary as being a thing and whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just like the word marriage 20 years ago was in the dictionary as being a thing, but the definition has changed because, and I don't disagree with this one, but the definition has changed because people have fought for the definition to be changed. Marriage used to be a union between man and woman.
Yeah.
Now it's a union between two people. And they probably changed that because Dennis Rodman married himself. So,
It's almost like the guy suing himself.
yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Both of them was wild, but that's wild.
What did he get out of that?
Who?
Him marrying himself. Why did he do that? It's probably some legal stuff, like some.
It's possible. Maybe it was for shock value because that was Dennis Rodman. I don't know, but it probably was some legal shit. That makes more sense.
Better look it up.
No, I got a text message, but I can only see it on my computer. It popped up. It ain't pop. You know, you ain't hear it. Oh man.
Yeah, nah, that would, but yeah, nah, trans women aren't.
Are you still there?
I don't know where we at right now. I'm just picking. I'm
off of this shit.
I'm piggybacking.
The second you said that woman shit definition shit, I'm like, I'm not touching. I'm not.
Yeah. My bad.
I mean,
I'm listening.
Yeah, trans women aren't women; they're trans women. If you really want to, like, okay, you could be a woman, but you're a trans woman. You're not a biological woman. You know what I mean? And they hate to hear that. And honestly, the only place you're gonna hear that is online. You're not gonna hear that in real life.
Yeah. Well,
and those people.
It depends on where your real life is at. Like,
yeah.
Like,
people who say that in real life, almost 90% of people are looking at them like, "What are you talking about?" Like they talk amongst themselves, but as soon as they step out of their little bubble into the rest of the world, everybody's like, "You're stupid. You're an idiot."
Yeah.
And so they all just go online and talk. So it's really not as prominent as you may think.
As it seems, yeah.
It's really. I don't think I've ever. I've had one instance in school of somebody who was like that, not necessarily like that, but like they had similar values as people who say that, and everybody was like, "What are you talking about? You make no sense."
Yeah.
So it was like it's really only online.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's the thing about being online though. You can reach out and touch multiple people who have a like mind as you, so that it seems bigger than what it actually is. And then you have sympathizers who either decide that they want to speak up about it or just be quiet about it, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, but they go ahead with it. It's like, okay, well, if that's what we're doing, and that's what we're doing. Yeah. So it makes it seem like they're part of that whole grouping, and it is what it is. But like, in all reality, when you, I ain't feeling that shit. I'm cool. I'm off it.
I got it's another thing I came across. I seen this picture, right? It's all stuff I never knew about. Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, they changed it.
Yeah, it's not just that. I'm gonna talk about they changing it. They it was a picture of. I'm assuming it was Aunt Jemima. She was Aunt Jemima. She was holding the pancakes. It's black and white, but it was only from like waist up. And then I read somebody comment like they got her foot shackled. So I went searching for the original picture, and she was shackled. She was shackled to the table while she was taking that picture, like for the pancakes. I don't know if she, it's probably like the slavery time. She was probably doing a commercial or a picture commercial, but they cut the shackle off. But back in the day, they probably showed it because it was like, our slaves are well kept. You can eat these pancakes. Well, I'm just saying, I seen
That's a lot. That's a
lot to unpack.
I mean, because number one, is that shit real?
The picture?
Right.
I mean, it looked real.
Right. So
you never know.
Is it real? Was it doctored? Whatever the case may be. I don't know. Right. I hate speaking on shit that I don't know about. But is that picture real?
Look it up. Put Aunt Jemima.
Well, I don't think looking it up would even make a difference.
I just want you to feel.
No, because here's the thing. So if it's not real and somebody doctored it and put it out there because somebody decided to say it because somebody threw that out there in the ether and it got more charged and somebody decided, I can Photoshop that shit easy. Yeah. And they put that out there. Then they just trying to, cause a fucking
that
frenzy.
Definitely look legit. It fucked with me for a minute. So I started reading about Aunt Jemima and how she was like, the picture on the pancake or the syrup thing. She had like her bandana on and like they made it.
Yeah,
that joint nutty, ain't it?
It look weird.
So that's number one, right? But here's number two. This is the bigger one, right? Was this picture taken for the ad? Where
I don't know,
because it makes no sense.
I'm assuming.
Why would her foot be shackled?
Because she a slave.
Why the fuck would you want your slave that's cooking to be shackled to a table where the food is and nowhere else? That don't even make no sense.
It was probably like a double advertisement. Like we selling slaves, and they cook the best, whatever. I don't even want to laugh at that. It just sounds crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like you wouldn't shackle a house slave. That don't even. She don't look
light skinned enough to be a house slave.
So there you go. That's
But she had that syrup popping.
They made an exception. Put that bitch in the kitchen. So
That
man,
shit ain't funny. It ain't funny.
Did you the same colors to serve? Fucking bring
An
it.
artist drew it.
Drew that picture. It's like a photograph. Somebody drew the shackles.
They drew it.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's I don't even want to touch that shit because it's like, all right, what are you really doing? Because now you got it's way too many layers of that.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this joint disrespectful.
Yeah, an artist drew it. It was an interpretation of Nancy Green as Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, so that's my thing. So because it don't make sense to me, like you just said, dark skinned slave inside a house with a shackle on cooking food. I need you to be able to move around this kitchen.
No, she was just there for advertisement.
Right.
Like I said, my mind started racing. Like she had to be there. Like they was promoting our slaves will work the hell out of the kitchen. So you got to shackle them because you don't want them still.
You don't want them stealing? You don't want them stealing the pancake?
To leave. I don't know why. I got this mixed emotion. Like it's
too much.
It was fucking with me.
It's too much. Yeah. So that's.
I looked up the name. They changed the name with Aunt Jemima to Pearl.
The Pearl Company or something.
Pearl
like that?
Miller.
Pearl Milk. Yeah. Which I don't. Just leave.
It sounds like now it's the slave master name. It sounds like to me.
The Pearl Mill Company.
That's what I thought. Like Pearl Miller. It sounds like the slave. Like fuck Aunt Jemima. Like
you got a problem with that? You got a problem with them changing the name?
Well, I thought Aunt Jemima was like, I thought she was fictional.
Correct.
I never knew she was real. So that's what was fucking with me too. Like, yo, this chick was actually real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought somebody just made this woman up around slavery time of trying to advertise slavery.
You ever watched the show? What was the show? It came on HBO. It was about a bunch of gods. I can't think of what it was. What the name of it was.
Gods, like in the sky, like Hercules?
Yeah. No, not Hercules, but like gods. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to call them lowercase. Hold on. HBO show about gods. American Gods. That's what it was called. So the show really wasn't about any god so much, but it was about the things that people worship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there was one god. He was like essentially technology.
Yeah.
Like they had the old gods in there, Jesus. Like it was weird. It was dope as fuck. I loved the show when it first came out. I didn't watch like the too much of the second season. I stopped watching after the first season. But anyway, what I took from that show is that the gods got more energy from the people who believed in them. So the more people who believed in you, the stronger you grew, the more dominant you were. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I look at shit like Aunt Jemima and all of this other stuff that people get in an uproar about. If nobody say nothing, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a single solitary fuck. Like, it's okay, you just glaze over it. How long has Aunt Jemima been sitting on the fucking shelves? Through the civil rights, through the NAACP, through police brutality, all of the shit that we had as far as racial and all of this other stuff. And it took for the internet to start bubbling over with fucking woke cancellation and all this other shit for that shit to get moved out. They ran out of shit to be mad about, so much so that they got down to pancake syrup. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Like really real shit. And the only reason the shit
it's nutty.
100%.
You go to the market like, yo, she was real. You know, I normally say that. I normally say like bitch, but I don't even feel comfortable saying it. Like, she's real. So all the jokes that people used to make, like, yo, you look like Aunt Jemima. Mm-hmm. Chicks have hair in that. Look, you laughing. I used to think like, yo, that's funny because they look like the drawing.
Because you actually look like it.
Yeah, but I didn't know she was real. Like, I feel like that's my aunt.
That's your Aunt Jemima.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. No pun intended.
Nah, but I understand that. But my thing is to change it, to take it away, to go so deep that you know what, this is wrong. Let's take this shit away. Like,
take it away.
Do you think that was like, it wasn't genuine? Because the shit would have been came up, bro. Like, it would have been came up. We would have been hearing about this argument for centuries, bro.
Well, they want to bury that.
Not centuries, but decades.
Who Uncle Ben? Who is that guy?
You think he coming off?
I don't even know who he is.
He the rice man.
Yeah, he the bull in the rice box.
I don't even know if he black. He might be Dominican or something.
Yeah. He's somebody going to say it.
Dominican.
I don't know who Uncle Ben is. Like,
Yeah. But no, on some real shit. Like it's just it's a waste of fucking energy. All of the stuff that people can really be putting energy into, they put energy into getting rid of whatever that is.
well, they had the statue of Rizzo, where he was like the mayor of Philly.
Yeah.
He was like hosing black people down.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that statue out of here.
I'm not mad at that, but at the
You
same
ain't mad at his statue, or you ain't mad that they got it out of here.
I'm not mad at either one, if I'm being honest. Like, I didn't know nothing about it. And I know that they did end up getting rid of it or whatever the case may be. I was having a conversation with him. Like, nothing is mutually good or mutually exclusively good or exclusively bad.
Yeah,
Right? So you got to take the good with the bad sometimes. And the second one thing, like, egregious comes out about somebody, you take Jonathan Majors, like whatever we was talking about earlier, right? Like,
yeah.
so you got some domestic shit going on. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know what the fuck it is or whatever case may be, so I'm not going to speak on that. But what I am going to speak on is he's a great actor. Like, first and foremost, he caught my attention in the movies that I watched him in. I'm like, no, dude is actually really good, like, and versatile, right? Now, he put on some muscle, whatever the case may be. Women love him. He seems to be a real humble dude. You know what I mean? A real classy guy. He ain't flashy or nothing like that. He seems to have like really good character. Some shit come out. Oh shit, your human is poking out. What? Like you showing me that you human. We can't have that shit. We can't have everybody celebrating you and you show me that you actually flawed. We got to get you the fuck out of here. So I got one bad thing going on, and I'm not trying to diminish if he did do some shit, and I don't know, which is the reason why I don't put a whole lot of energy into celebrating people, because people are people and they're human. And the second you go to celebrate them or you speak about celebrating them, the second some shit pop out, you're now synonymous with that person. You now go hand in hand with that person. It's like, no, you said you fuck with Bull. Yeah, I do fuck with Bull. I fucked with, he's a great actor. Same thing with Kanye. I said all the time, I love Kanye. I love his mind. I love his music. I never said, I never met him. So I don't know nothing about this man. You know what I mean? But then he start flipping the fuck out and start acting or whatever. And everybody like, I told you, then you fuck with the Bull. I still fuck with his music.
I don't know this guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, you just know the characters, like the boy Jonathan Majors. Like,
Right.
I just know his characters. He played the villain in Ant-Man 3.
No. He played a lot of different shit. Lovecraft. He was in that show.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what I know about him is that he played in Harder They Fall.
Yeah.
It was kind of like not really all the way good.
No, he was great in that movie.
I'm saying he wasn't all the way a good guy.
No.
He was vengeance.
He was a criminal.
Yeah, he was a criminal. So like I said, like, so now I take his characters. I know from Harder They Fall, Ant-Man 3, Creed, and all three of those movies, he was a bad guy.
No.
He was a bad guy in Creed.
He wasn't a bad guy in The Harder They Fall.
He was a crook. How you a crook and not a bad guy?
Because he was literally the protagonist in that story. Literally.
Yeah, by the timeline of when you met the guy.
No.
You met the guy when he look, this guy, he literally was robbing banks.
Yeah.
He literally killed a lot of people. He did kill people. He killed the priest in the beginning.
He killed criminals. He was killing criminals.
The priest wasn't a criminal.
The priest literally killed his dad.
No, the priest didn't do it.
No, the priest was riding with the dude that killed his dad. But
He
was
didn't
a
kill
killer.
him.
He found God and became a priest. That's what that was. That he wasn't a priest. It wasn't, oh, this is just some priest. Like, he killed the boy that was there when he killed his
I get
dad.
it. So you can ultimately still be a good guy even when you murder people.
That's what I'm saying. You can't, nothing is exclusively good or bad. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you've done shit before. You know what I'm saying? You fucked some bitches over. Like,
Yeah.
you the bad guy in somebody, like, they say this shit all the time. You're the bad guy in somebody's story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In somebody's story. If they make that story big enough, all your good shit goes away.
Yeah.
All of your good shit. You could be out there fucking feeding the homeless and be destitute and broke. You could sell your car to make sandwiches for the homeless people and stand out there, and that genuinely comes from your heart.
Yeah.
But because you came on some chick face when you were 17 years old and got it in her eye and then said, fuck you, I'm out. You know what I mean? Before you knew better.
Well, that scenario is kind of...
I'm just saying, like, it's a long ass time ago. You was wilding the fuck out. You did some crazy egregious shit, and that's all she gonna remember you from. Every time somebody say Hassan, this bitch eye gets stuck. Like, yeah, I remember him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
Hey, my bad. Hold on. Hello? Well, I ain't have time to call. You think you can go to Bob Bruno's and grab a pizza. Yeah, just grab one large. That's it. Thanks. All right.
All right. So anyway, like I was saying, like every time somebody says Hassan, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The bitch eye gets stuck. You know what I'm saying? Because she's sitting there thinking about it, like, I remember that motherfucker Hassan. You know what I mean? Like that's all she knows you from.
Yeah.
You out there doing all kinds of good shit, great shit, or whatever like that. Like from the day you left her crib, you had a change of heart and have been the greatest guy in the world ever since. If that story gets big enough, none of that shit that you did after that matters. And that's what people do. Like, that's the shit that pisses me the fuck off. Like, you take the good, all right, well, George Washington probably owned slaves, right? Like, all right, it is what it is. That was a culture. You know what I'm saying? When you was 14, 15, 11, 10, whatever the case may be, you said the F word. You was calling gay people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what you was calling them.
Yeah.
You know better now. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you don't. I don't know. You know what I mean? You might be out there while still slinging that shit around. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying.
I follow you to a degree, but like, you're trying to see people as villains. Everybody's a villain in their own story. So, are we really going to look for George Zimmerman?
I'm not looking for it.
Or whoever sat on that bullet neck, whoever that cop was for George Floyd. Like, are we really going to try to find the goodness?
Well,
he's a bad guy in everyone's story.
Not in everybody's, right? Not in his daughter's story.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not in his wife's story.
Well, I ain't talking about George. I ain't talking about George Floyd's daughter. I'm talking about
No. I'm talking about in that cop's daughter's story. Like, he's not a bad guy.
You think that daughter approve of that?
Do I think that she approved of that action? No. Do I think that I don't know nothing about this man, but do I think that he probably has some crazy shining moments or something like that or whatever? Probably. Like, I'm pretty sure that he has some really good moments in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, where he's the hero in the story. Like, I'm not, and that's not me trying to, you know what I mean, uplift this man or whatever the case may be. I'm just being.
Sounds like it.
But in all honesty, nothing is exclusively good or bad.
No, I get exactly what you're saying. You see the movie with
Emancipation.
What I say?
Emancipation.
I go with option 3.
All right.
Emancipation.
I haven't seen it yet.
All right, so I seen that, and it was a scene where Will Smith was running. Of course, he's a slave, so he's running, but he runs past like a house, and the little girl is the only one to see it, and she was like, "A runner."
She called him a runner. She ain't call him a nigger.
She called him a runner because they was called runners, I guess. Like when they see a nigger running, it was like it's self-explanatory.
Got you.
White people don't. It's not runners.
Yeah, they walkers. Got you.
So I'm looking at the joint like, yo, she's so young. So to her, it's just like, I'm trained to notify my family if I see a runner.
Mm.
And of course, she probably look at her dad like, I love my dad. And, you know, what we do is actually good.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's going on right this time. So I can get what you're saying. Like, there's some good, that's the reason why, like you said, the daughter would see some goodness in it because she probably like, well, we was raised like this, like on some nut stuff. You're not saying that all the way, but
yeah, I mean, you're not trying to justify it, but the fact that is a fact. Like, depending on what era you go through, depending on what time frame you go through, depending on what year you go through, there is a standard of judgment. There's a standard of society. There's a certain thing that people do to go along to get along. Like, you was a piece of shit if you didn't walk into the supermarket with a mask on 2 years ago. I always thought them fucking things were stupid. Me and him most of the time wore fucking the fucking neck gaiters,
the gaiters,
which you can breathe straight the fuck through. Just to I don't feel like hearing your mouth And I'm not sitting there trying to smell my own breath the whole fucking time or trying to be fucking suffocating because I got this thing on my face or whatever the case with me. I just throw this thing on. I could wear it around my neck all the time. Yeah. Throw it in the washing machine, grab another one. I had like 20 of them shits. Yeah. So I'm going to meet you halfway. But there are still people out there walking around with them Jones on, knowing damn well like the science has literally told y'all like, yo, bro, they don't work. They don't do nothing for you. They don't work. But you still rocking them. And the most of the people I see with them Jones, they got the cloth beard. Like you around a whole bunch of people and you got the joint strapped to your ear and it's under here. So it's like it's what they call it, virtue signaling, right? Like, so it's like all you doing is saying like, all right, I'm down with y'all. Yeah. I'm with y'all.
That's
I'm cool
what
with y'all.
they call. I never heard that in my life.
Yeah.
Virtual signal?
Virtue signaling. Signal. Yeah. So like you have the same, term? You have the, it's just a societal term. It's all like, right. I'm down with y'all. We all on the same side. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. So
smart friends, man. You talk like that?
Sometimes. I mean, if it,
I never heard of that term.
Applicable.
Like you trying to be like me.
Nah, if it's applicable. Yeah, applicable.
That boy driving now. But anyway.
Y'all tripping. Who y'all hanging out with? Go ahead.
So, but that's all it is. So I understand that. Like all right, well, this is the thing to do. I'm going to do it because that seems to be the thing to do. But the second you know better, now it's like, oh man, I was tripping. I don't know why the fuck I did that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you learn better or whatever. Like I was saying before, when you look at some racists, like white nationalists or whatever like that, when they actually meet a group of educated, smart, well-behaved, you know what I mean, non-rambunctious, just charismatic black people, a lot of them change their tune and realize, oh, this is on a case-by-case basis. It's just like when you take a black person from the hood who's been surrounded by all black people and all they know is white people are racist. And then they get out of that, they go into the workplace or they start hanging out with people or they go to college and they realize like, oh shit, all white people are not racist. Yeah. When you first meet a white person, the first thing you think is he racist or no? Like you ain't thinking about nothing else is he racist or no? But then eventually you learn better and it's like, yo, the people who I used to be around don't know shit. They don't know no better. They just in their bubble. I'm out of that bubble and I realize better now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once you realize, oh, well, this mask is fucking dumb. I'm not wearing this mask no more. You stop wearing the mask. Yeah. It may feel weird at first because you've been inducted and indoctrinated with this fucking indoctrination. Like, all right, this is what we supposed to do. Yeah. We supposed to bow down, do whatever, go get vaccinated, go do this, and go do all of that, other whatever case may be. And now you got people who got blood clots, you got people who having heart palpitations and all kinds of shit like that because they was the first in line on some fucking vaccine that wasn't, you know what I mean, tested or anything like that. Yeah. No, now you know better. Well, listen, I held off, and it's not because I thought I knew better. I just realized that doing what everybody else does isn't always beneficial. Yeah. I'm going to step back, look at this shit, get more information, and then if I feel like it's important enough for me to make a decision on it, then I'll make that decision. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's how I view shit like that.
Yeah, but what was that initial?
The runner.
Yeah.
The behavior. The you doing shit.
Oh, it's all being mutually. Jemima.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's what. All that shit is like weird. I've been kind of like charged up about all that. You know, from the Indians conversation we had.
Indians? Which Indians?
Remember we were talking about the Indians last time.
Which Indians?
Oh, Native Americans.
Native Americans. Got you.
Rain dance. That's not racist at all.
I mean, I guess if you say so.
I'm assuming they dance for the rain.
You assuming they dance for the rain. You think they still dance for the rain. You think Native Americans got no fucking TVs and don't know nothing about meteorology and they like this. Nah, let's go dance. Crops is burning.
I don't know what they was doing. I don't know if they was praying for the rain for their crops, they harvest.
They was clearly dancing for it. You said it. Shit.
Like what these crops we need to eat some corn. I always think Indian people eat corn for everything. You won't get that?
Yeah,
I do.
That's like the
But I shouldn't, because when you said it, it was like, fuck me too.
Like, as soon as I think of Native American, like, yo, he eating corn.
Corn,
Got a corn on the cob in his pocket.
corn with a feather. Fucking control.
This America told me they got corn on the cob in they jacket pocket. And it's like,
Oh shit! But what was you saying? I can't remember. What was you saying about the Native Americans?
I said that's where all this racial stuff came from. So when I seen the picture, I'm like, damn. So when I made the clip about Dave Chappelle talking about Indians, and
Yeah.
it went into the racial aspect. So that's why the Aunt Jemima thing hit me. I don't know what came across my phone. I think the name Aunt Jemima came up, and I think it was a picture of somebody saying her feet was shackled in the picture, and that's what made me search all that stuff. I don't think I was naturally looking up slaves and stuff like that, but I just seen the movie Emancipation, seen that picture, so I was just really charged up, like just looking up stuff about slavery.
Yeah, it's easy to get charged up about shit when you go down that rabbit hole and on the internet.
It's not that long ago. That's what's sad about it. Like, it's really not that sad when you really think about it. It's like literally like,
it's not that sad or not that long ago.
well, it's sad.
Okay.
And it's not that long ago.
Got you. I just want to make sure I understood where you was going with it.
It's just bad because when you see, like I said, like every slavery movie, and I'm gonna leave it after this. Every slavery movie is like, you always see a whole bunch of black people in the back of a cage truck or something like that, and it's no different than a paddy wagon. Like, it's literally like no difference. It's just that back then it was just open.
Yeah.
Like, so if it was raining, slaves was just getting wet.
That's why I don't watch that shit though.
It's bad. I really don't understand why Will Smith did that movie. Like, he really was trying to like get into the good graces of the masters.
Oh, you think that's
That's what I was thinking. Like, why would he take that role after he smacked somebody? After everybody like, he ruined his career.
he did that after? I thought that was already in motion.
I just assumed that he just filmed it after. It came out after. Like,
It came out after, but I thought that because they saying that he actually filmed that. For some reason I remember somebody saying that he actually filmed it before that whole.
yeah, watch it. It's based on a
I'm
guy.
not watching it.
Watch it.
I've never watched The Color Purple. I've never watched
seen it.
Roots.
I don't remember it. Roots is the shit.
I never watched.
I like
Roots.
Roots.
I watched fragments of it in
Roots
school
was mad long for nothing.
for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing.
It's
It
for
was
nothing, bro.
mad long. Ain't that joint like 5 hours long?
You need time to develop the characters.
I guess.
You need 5 hours for a movie?
I think it's long, and if you watch it on TV, they had to break it down. It was like they broke it down like a miniseries before miniseries existed.
Yeah, they used to put that shit out on TV.
Like,
who's
all week
watching this shit?
all
I'd be
week
in the
is the
crib
Roots.
I'd be in the crib watching fucking Kung Flu flicks, and then a section of Roots would come on. Like, who's watching this bullshit? I'm going the fuck outside. Like, I'm not watching this. Why would I watch that? Like, I don't. The TV, I get the TV shows and all this other shit. There's a million movies and TV shows about the Holocaust. My clearest understanding of the Holocaust came from a guy we went to high school with, my man Antoine. Like, he used to fucking, he had a dark mind, but he used to have books of that shit and would be going through it like, yo, Ant, look at this shit. Look at this shit. It's fucking piles of them inside the trench, and it just had piles of bodies laid up in that shit. Like, that's what I see. Whenever somebody says something about the Holocaust, that's what I see. The rest of the shit,
It's horrible.
100%. But like, did you ever see V for Vendetta?
Yeah, that's like a comic book joke.
Yeah, but in a section of it, they was talking about these two women who were like lovers, but they were like in the Holocaust.
Okay.
So they were locked up, and they had like a section of it where they were getting hosed down and all this other stuff, like standing outside of the prisons and, whatever they were doing, getting their heads shaved and shit like that. So that's the image that a lot of times movies will put out there, because showing the dead bodies is way too fucking graphic. So when I see shit like that, and when it comes to the Holocaust, it's like, breeze over it. Because I've seen the real shit. Like, I've seen the books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen the pictures. I've read the fucking paragraphs about the shit that was done to these people. And that's the shit that hits me. So same thing with slavery. Like, obviously, not that many pictures of the shit that was going on in slavery, right? Like the bodies that was piled up and all of this other shit, the whoopings and all that other shit. The only thing that you get from it is the movies. But I've read the real shit about what was going on in slavery. So when I look at these movies, all it does is, because it is actually relevant to me, All it does is enrage me for no reason. Like, for no fucking reason. What is that rage going to do?
It don't really give me rage. It give me like stay aware, stay woke.
Stay woke.
Yeah, because I mean,
Because you used to let them white girls.
no, it's just like, I mean, just imagine a car pull up, you in shape,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of in shape guys like you, like 5 guys hop out, white,
Caucasian. Got you.
yeah, Caucasian. They come grip you up.
Yeah, they're not gripping me.
You're starting. That's what you say.
I'm not. If a whole bunch of men, don't matter what race they is, roll up on me and hop out, I'm running. Like, don't matter what race you are.
There's a runner. There's a runner.
Yeah, I'm on. That's actual factuals. I'm out.
I mean, that whole thing is like, that's crazy. Like I just it bothers me, but not bother me to be enraged. Just be like, yo, I can't imagine living at that time. Like,
Yeah.
and just be like, we just gotta deal with this. Like, yo,
Mhm.
just do what we say, or we already got the grave. You see the grave,
Yeah.
grave in the movie with Will Smith. The grave, everybody's seen the grave. When niggas fall out and die, they just throw them in that hole.
Mhm.
Or if you don't listen, you go in that hole. You see your grave if you don't listen.
They already got a grave dug for you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Like this to actually be at work. Like,
You just making me not want to watch that movie even more.
yeah, well,
I ain't watching that shit.
That's crazy.
I'm not watching that shit, bro. But with all of that being said, you look at all of that bullshit that's going on. I'm not going out of my way to consume that.
yeah.
Like, I'm just not. But what I was going to say was, you looking at it from the perspective of being where you are now. So all of that shit was crazy.
It ain't that much better now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 100 years from now, what's in this? Let's say society is something completely different. 100 years from now, people are going to look back at whatever was going on now, some aspect of it, whether it be police brutality, whether it be, you know what I mean, like the segregation, like the still segregation, the way that people still are segregated, the way that people still don't unify and all of this other shit. Like, they're gonna be like, yo, these people were fucking stupid. Like, your skin color, that was enough for you to make you like, this dude right here had everything in common with this guy over here, but they didn't like each other because he was white and he was black. The dumbest shit ever.
The only reason we gonna be closer in the future is because the earth gonna be falling apart. Like cities gonna be flooding, and I think that's the only reason we gonna come together.
You think the city's gonna be flooding?
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like natural disasters.
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
That shit-
Going
the
into
shit-
100 years from now. Yeah.
This shit is already happening around the world.
Well, that's what I'm trying. You see how we don't really hate each other that much no more.
Not as much as then.
Just imagine when Florida be a couple leagues under.
Florida ain't going nowhere.
Well, Florida and Puerto Rico, it's a little rock. It's like a pebble
It ain't going
in the
nowhere.
middle of the ocean. That just gonna go right on. Like, yo, Puerto Rico gone.
People got
That's
this.
when they say that on the news. Like, yo, Puerto Rico is not seen anymore.
Yeah, people got this thing in their head that they think that this shit going to happen out of nowhere. It's going to take fucking hundreds of years for all of the shit that people are scared of to happen. It's going to take hundreds of years for the fault lines in California,
What?
like thousands of years
What
maybe.
you talking about? Going into 100 years. But the thing I'm saying is that it's going into 100 years, but you got to deal with the people who just not going to leave.
What do you mean?
People think like, yo, this joint is sinking at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
People like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live it out. So they're gonna have all
They're not going to live it out. They're going to die it out.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're gonna stay there.
Just let them.
That's bad. Like, they're just gonna let these people like
That shit is
It's
happening
natural
everywhere.
selection at that point.
I mean, this the sentimental shit. Like, the sentimental shit will overpower the fuck out of everybody. You know how much progress we could have made as humans if it wasn't for fucking sentimental, like, just like straight up and down sentimental, like the power of sentiment.
Oh, she came through the-
So think about this. I was looking at something and it made sense to me because it expounded on something that I said. Like, yo, why hasn't anybody decided to deconstruct the pyramid? There's a lot of them.
Because diseases, for one thing. I think that's the main thing with most of the. Come on, they got ancient diseases that need to stay in those wrapped up.
They don't need to stay wrapped up.
Those diseases?
Yeah, they don't need to stay wrapped up.
Yes, they do.
Nah,
That was crazy. That joint-
I don't want the Black Plague coming back.
all penises fall off because of this disease.
That's crazy.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
You put that on the table. That's why they mummified. I think all those people that got mummified had some
diseases.
Had some shit.
I think everybody had some shit back then because you know what I mean. Like they didn't really have a medicine. But here's the
they
thing:
had cornrows too.
they had cornrows. Yeah, I believe it.
No, they did. It's a picture. It's a picture.
No, I believe it. Because that's not like revolutionary. You know what I mean? Like figuring out a nice way to tie your hair up. Like that's cool. But what I'm saying is, the sentimental shit. Like, all right, so you sitting there worried about diseases.
Yeah.
Where you think COVID came from? Them realizing that there was some type of disease that may happen.
That's why a mummy.
And let's prepare for it.
That's a mummy in the lobby.
Maybe.
The mummy's deep in got that shit.
Maybe,
that
but
pyramid.
either way, you can go to the pyramids and say, all right, let's go in there with biohazard suits, see what diseases they possibly have. I'm telling you, like literally, because in my belief, in my estimation, there is some shit that's going to fast forward this civilization eons. Fast forward. Because they still can't figure out how the motherfuckers was built. Like if you can't figure out how the motherfuckers was built, you know why you can't figure out how the motherfuckers was built? Because all you're doing is looking at them. Like that's all you're doing is looking at them. Deconstruct one of them motherfuckers.
Next
right?
thing you know, the Black Plague came back, and we all half the population.
They got a movie like that.
I believe it.
Tomorrow, you seen them? Tomorrow, the War of Tomorrow.
Some shit. I mean, I've seen most of those movies, but that's my point. Is you worried about you scared of some shit that you think that's gonna happen. You don't know. You don't know. Y'all, the human race has done much dumber shit. We are literally melting the permafrost right now. Literally melting the permafrost. I ain't talking about with climate change. I'm talking about there is a guy who owns a large amount of fucking Alaska. Like he owns this large fucking area in Alaska. He's melting them and getting fossils of fucking woolly mammoths and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So nobody's worried. Like you don't hear that. You ain't see that shit on the news. You ain't hearing about none of that other shit or whatever the case may be. You think more diseases are will come from the pyramids? The pyramids then are coming from this frozen over shit with bacteria and all of this other stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Like if people were really, it's the sentimental value that they worried about. They don't want to destroy the pyramids. They don't want to take down these pyramids because they such iconic and all this other stuff. That's like if somebody went to Easter Island with a fucking backhoe and just knocked one of them bitches over. Yeah. You'd be public enemy number one, but it's off of sentimental value. Like who gives a fuck? Yeah. Like, do you really want to know how this shit is? You really want to advance society? I do. I was looking at, and the reason why I say this is because I was thinking about that. And then I was looking at this post on Facebook and it had this dude that was laying down on the top of snow and it had like this fucking thing that was sticking up. I think it was like a mile marker or something like that. Yeah. And it was like the difference between two seasons, right? And on top of the mile marker, you could only see the point of it. He was laying down and it looked like a pyramid. Yeah. And then on the bottom of it, it was like this long ass fucking, what's it called? Column. Like the actual mile marker, like a stone, whatever it was. I don't think it was a mile marker, but it looked like one. Yeah. So, and it was longish. It was deep, like it went deeper into the ground. What if the pyramids is just a tippy top and under all of this fucking sand is this crazy ass thing all the way at the bottom? You know how to say the tip of the iceberg? Yeah. Like some other shit that's under there. And that's what's going to forward advance society. Because if you think that the shit that we got going on now is like the cream of the crop in technology and all of this other shit, you out your fucking mind. Like I was thinking about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's the reason why we're not making the advancements that we're making is because of fucking sentimental shit. Yeah. We give a fuck more about being comfortable than actually finding out what's really going on.
This brings me to a topic of, you said sentimental stuff. You go to the barber. You don't go to the barber. You do?
Yeah.
All right, so you go to barber.
I don't go to barber.
Oh, you cut your own hair?
I am barber.
All right, there you go. I put a post up about AI barbers.
I'm going.
You going to an AI barber?
I'm in there. I used to, when I was a young boy, I used to think...
it's not true yet. I just made that shit up.
Well, I used to think like someday they're going to be able to put a helmet right on your fucking head and just everything going to get cut. You want to put that helmet on, the exact cut you want, and then take it the fuck off. And then you rock it.
I don't really think it's far-fetched anymore. I think it's niggas ain't gonna have no jobs no more. Like, just imagine it can cut your hair from all angles all at once.
I think people will still have jobs.
You would want to go to a barber versus sitting down for like 5 minutes.
Nah, I would cut my own hair. But what I'm saying is the different, like how much is that helmet gonna cost?
No, they're gonna have a store. They're gonna have a store. I thought about it because I was walking through Walmart. and they had a barbershop in there. So I'm like, yeah, you know, they had AI barbers.
You got a Oculus.
Yeah.
You play Creed. You box on there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Do you think you get more from that than you do going to a boxing class and really learn how to box?
I don't know. I never went to a boxing class, but I think that if I had a suit where I was actually getting hit, or I had like, you know, stuff pushing me around, yeah, I think so. I think it'd be the same.
I don't think it's a substitute for the real thing. When you look at, I was looking at this thing on Facebook again. I was looking at this thing where they were showing like AI art versions of these different things. Eyes was janky, right? Like it looked like it might have had like the pupils was over here. I showed it to you, right? Like the pictures that they were showing, like this is what this person would really look like if it was if when AI drew it, or something like that. And like the thing would have like 16 fingers.
Yeah.
The arm would be a little bit like, because it can't get the
Because
fine
it's new.
details. Well, not just because it's new. It can't get the fine details. It can't pick up the certain things. Like we have a certain element with us, which is emotion, which is that whole thing that you can't duplicate. At least yet, you can't duplicate that. You can't duplicate the feeling. Like AI, put your helmet on, whatever the case may be, cut your hair.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to cut your hair symmetrical.
Yeah.
Your head ain't symmetrical. Your haircut.
It analyze it though.
Maybe not. But it can't tell you. It's like if you right now, I'm looking at that picture that you got on the wall right behind you with the camera.
Yeah.
You would think do you think that's level? Maybe it is level, but it don't look level because the ceiling ain't level.
Yeah.
A human would know how to adjust that to make that look level and the ceiling look level, and it's like an optical illusion.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think that it's going to evolve itself. So I'm writing the book right now,
Okay.
and I'm using AI.
You using Allen Iverson?
I'm using artificial intelligence to help me write this book.
Oh, ChatGPT.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them. So I'm like, y'all be putting in like my summary of what I want to talk about. I'm like, yeah, give me a few paragraphs of this is what I want to talk about. Bang, 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 and it'd be like,
They make that noise.
it looked like it's making it. It just be like you're loading. Then it load up everything. I read it. I'm like, yo, I'm impressed. I like this.
Yeah.
So I'll be putting in stuff. I'll go back. I'll probably go back and rehash. Like I ask certain things I say. It'd be like, well, I'm an AI. I can't do this. I'm like, don't tell me how you feel.
Right.
I write that in the passage. Like, don't void your feelings and tell me this. And then it rewrites it again. It leaves it and it omits that one part out of it. I'm like, it just needs to be tinkered with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what AI we're using now is it's not learning AI. We don't have learning AI yet. You have like basic AI until you get that iRobot, Sonny, I think that's his name, Sonny, who evolved to where he can learn from mistakes or because like, oh, well, somebody told me they didn't want it like this. So now I got options to ask the guy. So now when you tell me to do something, would you like me to void my emotions?
Listen, that's a lot of speculation there.
No, but that's where it's going to. I think that's where the AI barber is actually going to have.
I think most of the
evolution.
I think most of the ideas that we have for AI, the negative sides of it is based on our own flaws. Yeah. And AI ain't got shit to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Like it has everything to do with us because we created it, but it's not gonna behave the way that we behave. Yeah. Like it's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the apprehension becomes bigger than the invention. Like you worried about how much this shit is going to be fucked up or how bad it's going to be and all of this other stuff because of everything that's going on instead of just doing it and putting it out there and letting it be and letting it exist and letting it be whatever it's going to be and then saying, oh, okay, well, I was wrong about this.
I'm tripping.
Nah, I think it's your mom. Thank you. Too many keys. No receipt there.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm listening.
All right, so I think I think you're always worried about the negatives of some shit. You suppose these negatives. Like these negatives may never even come to realization. These negatives actually may never exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why racism exists and all of this other stuff, because there's a whole lot of negatives that people assume, like segregation existed and all this, because there's a whole lot of negatives. Black people can't drink from white water fountains because they're going to get diseases. We got the same fucking diseases y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. We don't want to do, we can't drink from that, they dirty, whatever. Like, y'all, like, obviously, when I grew up, a lot of black people around me told me that white people was dirty because they walked around barefoot. They let their dogs eat ice cream from them and all of this other shit. Like, but then back then in segregation times, black people was dirty. Like, no, you can't drink from the same water fountains and all that other shit. We don't want no parts of that.
Yeah.
Diseases or whatever the case may be. And it's all fear based. It's all fear based. None of it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? None of it's true. So we look at Allen Iverson like, you know what I mean? He gonna come and cross all fucking humankind over, when it's like he may be the greatest invention that humankind has ever made because he's a learning AI, and he may bring certain advantages just like you right now. Like AI is helping you write a book.
Yeah.
Might be one of the fucking dopest books that ever been written, I'm assuming, because you got a dope mind. So it's like, all right, maybe the super whatever, but it's helping you. It ain't costing you a job. It's actually helping you get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I go to McDonald's now, there is hardly anybody standing at the counter. And everybody was like, I told you it was going to cost people jobs. But I see the same amount of motherfuckers back there making food now. So now they make food more efficiently.
Well, you know, Jay-Z just invested into you heard about that, right? He invested into the pizza truck.
Pizza truck?
No, I didn't hear about that.
It makes pizza less than like 5 minutes, any pizza.
Pizza truck.
It's not called pizza truck. I mean, it would be nice to call it pizza truck and go to the pizza truck.
Hey, you know.
Yeah, he invested like $16 million into it. It's supposed to be hitting the streets. Yeah, so eventually it's like, flip those burgers. It's gonna be like,
that shit probably gonna be Papa John's quality or fucking Little Caesars quality. Trash.
you think so?
Yes. Trash.
I don't think it's that deep.
Ain't nothing like an Italian man tossing that fucking dough around in the back. You know what I mean? Like, there's no pizza like that. That's the best pizza I've ever had.
No,
I'm just saying, like, but I ain't never seen a black man tossing no fucking dough. I ain't never seen no fucking black man throwing that shit behind his back and over his shoulder.
Yeah.
I've seen Italians do it. And
that's for the show. Like, you don't gotta do that shit to
I'm
make
there
no
for
good
the
pizza.
I'm there for the show. 100%.
Like, yo, let's make my fucking pizza.
I correlate that show with great pizza. Like, that shit tastes awesome. And that pizza truck ain't gonna have that. That pizza truck gonna be popping out fucking schoolboat pizza.
Yeah. I'm trying to I'm trying to like basically embrace AI, because when AI get here, I don't want to like.
It's already here.
Yeah.
It's not here yet.
It's
like
here,
I said, it's not the learning. Like I said, it's not learning yet.
They have learning AI.
They're learning AI's here.
I gotta keep telling this AI to do things. We don't have access to it yet.
There you go. That's the one that's available for you to fuck with.
Yeah.
That motherfucker that might be dangerous is still locked up inside somebody. Well, you seen Ex Machina?
No, I don't even know what that is.
You sitting there watching the Emancipation. You watching the wrong movie. Ex Machina, that motherfucking movie is the shit. That movie will it's obviously it's going to hold up your argument about learning AI being dangerous.
I never said it was dangerous.
Well, I mean, taking over, whatever you want to say.
I think it's more of a protection for me. Like, I would like to integrate myself with AI.
Yeah.
In some sort of way. Like, I would love to enhance.
Put that microchip in.
I don't want to remove no limbs, but I don't put no microchip.
So you trying to be a cyborg?
Yeah, I want to be involved in. I think it's a lot of things that could be done by being with robots.
You don't think you would like to have Google right there at your mind tips? Like, and it can't even say fingertips, but it's right there. You think of something like, I wonder if such and such, and you ain't even got to say it. You just think to search it, and it searches it and gives you all the information, because you literally have the internet right there.
No, because I actually want to befriend my robots. I don't want my robots to be integrated with me.
You want them to be
internally.
separate.
Yeah, like, so it's almost, I want to be like almost like Jarvis and Iron Man. I hate that I keep talking about superheroes, but like almost like that, like Friday, Jarvis. It's basically a connection with AI. I don't want to be integrated all the way with AI.
Yeah.
Like I think that's dangerous because you have no control. He could easily override you.
No.
That's what you say.
No.
Like Big Hero 6, kind of.
Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
That's another cyborg movie.
Nah, it's a cartoon.
No, I ain't see it.
Like the dopest fucking movie, in my opinion, that Disney came out with.
No, I'll probably watch it today. You said dope. Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. Yeah.
So, all black characters.
No, it's one
All right.
in there.
It's always one.
Yeah. He in
Token.
there. Token.
Yeah.
Would that be foul to make like a slave animation?
That would be kind of crazy. I mean, depending on what content.
What the fuck is wrong with
The same content it was.
you? Asking the wrong person. I don't even want to watch no fucking slave movie.
Yeah, after I watched When They See Us about the Central Park 5,
Oh yeah, that shit.
I haven't watched any. At first, it was the one with the other young boy from New York. They got wrongly convicted and he ended up offing himself.
Oh yeah. Khalif Browder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
that
watching that one and then a couple years later watching When They See Us, I don't want to watch nothing, no more of that.
That shit is depressing.
Yeah. And make you start second guessing every interaction you have with
You say, bro.
like certain people.
I think it's up.
Oh.